To continue out the video, right? When you get that uncomfortable feeling, when you know you slacking, it could kind of like it could like hurt your ego. You be like, man, I'm tired of my ego feeling like this, right? Because that person calling you out, because you're sniffing others saying, why are you hanging out with those friends still? Like, what's wrong with you? You know you're not supposed to be with them. You know your girlfriend or boyfriend. They hold you accountable. You're not used to being held accountable. You're used to friends just letting you just get away with everything and just don't do the stuff you're supposed to do. Then she or he telling you like, hey, get it together. You get what I'm saying? Like, cause growing up, like no one really, held you accountable. Like some people get held accountable by their parents, discipline them, taking things away from them when they're not doing what they're supposed to do. Their parents hard on them in school, their parents hard on them in other areas of their life. But sometimes when you go through our life and nobody never hard on you with nothing, you just think life's supposed to be easy because you never really grind nothing, really work for something. So when you get that tough love for the first time, you think this person trying to crush your ego. You think this person trying to belittle you. In reality, they're just trying to uplift you. But your ego so bad that you think that they against you, everybody against you, not everybody against you. People just trying to call you out because you need to be called out for once because no one ever call you out. How you supposed to understand? But you gotta let yourself understand that people trying to help you. You gotta let people help you. You can't help somebody that want to be helped. You know what I'm saying? Like that's what I struggle with some of my friends, guys and girls I'm friends with. On a daily basis. I always try to call him out for something about, oh my God, here he go, he nagging. Here he go, always trying to be motivational. Here he go, always trying to change somebody's life around. Instead looking at me as like someone, okay, someone finally care about me, somebody want better for me. But instead they like, oh my God, I ain't want to talk to him today. It's the same thing every day. He just want to help me. But when you rewire your brain to think that instead of thinking someone is nagging you, ask yourself, this person trying to help me, but I don't want to be helped. So I want them to stop talking to me and just let me be me. And just let me continue to do the bad stuff I've been doing over and over and over and over again. Right? Because trust me, I've been there before, right? When I this like, back in I forgot what grade level in school it was, but like I had teachers who I just thought was nagging me because, friends and family members, they didn't really want the best, they didn't really want what's best for me. They didn't care what I did. Friends didn't care, a lot of family members didn't care. People in the neighborhood didn't care. So it was like I get to school and these teachers, I feel like they was nagging me because why they keep trying to correct me when no, you know what I'm saying, when no one else is correcting me, right? You know what I'm saying? That's how you gotta look at it, like change your mindset on stuff. Because honestly, I wish, like, not even trying to sound arrogant, I wish I had like somebody like me growing up, someone who wanted best for me, someone who wanted to do more, get more out of life with me. Because the quicker you take your life serious, the more you could possibly get out of life. Imagine being young as possible with a mindset of like ambition, positivity, motivational, inspirational, time management, being productive with your time, right? Imagine how much more out of life you could achieve compared to someone at a young age who, want to be negative, want to hang out with the wrong crowd, want to do stupid stuff all the time, want to be a bad influence on others. Over like 6 or 7 years, you're gonna be so far ahead of them that it won't even be funny how far ahead of them you are, right? And I think that a lot of that got to do with like our environment, right? I made the last this I just made this last video, right? And I'm going off it for this video, right? Sometimes it take you change your environment to understand that, right? So if you notice that the school you go to, if you are in school, if you notice the school that you go to, right, or if you work in a job, you notice your coworkers that you work with, or you notice somebody that you dating, right? These categories, and you notice that you're doing stuff that you're not supposed to do repeatedly, right? Or you notice that you investing in bad behaviors that you once didn't have before, and like you just not the person that that you're on track. You're not on track to be the person that you want to be. You got to change your environment. Go get a different job. Transfer schools if you have to, right? If it really take you transferring schools to eliminate a lot of those distractions, then transfer schools. You know, that's simple. Find a new job. I mean, yes, it might not be the easiest thing in the world, but sometimes you need to be uncomfortable to get the results that you need to get, right? Because if you never get uncomfortable, how do you expect any growth? You know, you if you're uncomfortable with telling your friends, no, I'm not, I can't do this no more. You gotta get a stronger mindset. You need to be comfortable to tell your friends like, no, I can't do this no more. You need to tell that person that you dating, no, we not finna keep arguing all the time. I know we not finna keep doing stuff you're not supposed to do with inside this relationship. No, I'm not. No, you cannot walk over me no more because it's detrimental to my mental health and it's detrimental towards the relationship. If these people can't respect that, you gotta let them go. Yes, you might think you love them. Yes, you might think you really care about them in a moment, but over time you go look back like, man, I really tolerated all that. Man, I really put up with all that. Because me myself a witness that I've been in relationships or I had friendships, right? When I got out of it, I look back at it like, dang, they was really using me. Or dang, they didn't really care about me how I think they did. Because sometimes we could be blind to the fact that we think we love this person so much and care about this person so much that we blind to all the negativity that goes on inside this relationship or this friendship. But I promise you, right? When you in that, you look back at it like, man, yeah, that was really no good for me. You know what I'm saying? For those that do believe in God, right? God try to show you these signs, but when we not aligned with God, we can't, we're not aligned with God, we can't see and hear what God is trying to show us. So sometimes you got to really change that mindset so you can hear God, so you can see what God's trying to do in your life, so you can understand your life in general, so you can better your life. How can you ever, you know, change who you are if you're not trying to change your environment? When you change your environment, it could help with changing your mindset, your mentality, your reality, change the things that need to be changed so you can be better, so you can grow, so you can prosper, right? If you somebody that want to get into church more, right? And those friends of yours not trying to go to church, those friends of yours trying to go out every Saturday night and do crazy stuff every Saturday night. So you wake up at 4 o'clock every Sunday, you missing church. That's no good, right? So why not go find some friends that you can hang out with on a Saturday night so you get done hanging out with them, you can be in bed by 10, 11 o'clock max. So you can wake up the following morning. You could go to church. You know what I'm saying? Then you can find some friends you go to church with, right? Because you got friends that want to go to church. They go hold you accountable. They about, so bro, why you wasn't in church Sunday? Well, what you gonna tell them like, oh, Saturday night, I got too hammered and I got too drunk or I was doing stuff I ain't supposed to do. So Sunday I didn't wake up at a good hour so I can go. They're gonna be very disappointed at you, right? And I promise you, you keep doing that over and over again, they go. People got patience, right? If you want to keep good friends, you have to be a good person, right? You know what I'm saying? I know me personally, right? I understand the forgiveness and understand the patience, but I also understand that you can't help somebody that don't want to be helped, right? So that being said, if you can't help people that if you're not trying to help people that don't want to be helped, right? Think about this. Why would someone help you if you ain't trying to be helped? Those friends that trying to get up and go to church Sunday morning, every Sunday morning, and you miss the last 5 weekends. Don't you think they patience with you gonna start running thin? But I bet your friends that you went out with Saturday night is encouraging. They're like, yeah, bro, next Saturday we're gonna go out again. Next Friday we're gonna go out again. So you back at it with them boys or them girls, right? Then 7 years later, you like, man, like life is horrible. Life is really not going how I planned it to go. Like, man, what is going on in my life? Like, I really wish my life was much better. Then you see your friends who stayed consistent to their plan and who stayed from doing the stuff they wasn't supposed to do, that stayed trying to grow as a person. You look at them, it's like, if they want to get married, they in a happy marriage. they getting ready to start a family, or that they haven't started a family already. They, they good in their career. Then you look at your friends, they might be in jail, they might be in prison, they might be out here doing stuff they're not supposed to do. Then you look at your life, like, man, I wish I was with them. I wish I was like them. Like, I wish I was married with the family. I wish I had great relationships with my kids. But no, it's like you could wish for something, but doesn't always mean it's gonna happen, especially if you're not grinding for it and doing stuff that you're supposed to do consistently on a daily basis, right? And that's when I gotta learn. So like when I first came into college, I had some bad ways from being with the wrong people prior to college, right? Now, when I went to my small Christian college, I learned ASAP that a lot of my ways I had to get rid of. A lot of my ways I had to change because those people wasn't going for it. I learned it the hard way. People wasn't going for it. They were like, "What's wrong with this man? Why he act like this? Why he doing this stuff?" Then it hit me like, oh, okay, like I wanted to grow. This is the hard truth part of growth. Like, I can't do X, Y, and Z no more if I want these new results. Because these new results come with new behaviors and new actions and a new mindset, new reality, a new vision for life, right? So that's why changing your environment is more important than we possibly think it is. Because you might think that you love your city. Yay, I love my city. There's so much to do here. I could go out every Thursday, Friday, and Saturday night. Yay. I go have drinks with my friends every Monday and Tuesday night. I could wake up 2 hours before work and go to work and be miserable and depressed at work. Then I get off work and go get hammered with my friends again. Or if I'm in school, middle school, high school, elementary, I could go out with my friends and I could do stuff I ain't supposed to do. Yay. Then I'll come home, I'll tell my parents that me and my friends out here doing bad stuff we wasn't supposed to do. But why would my parents care? Because they won't know. Yay. So it's like, then eventually that catch up with you, right? Because you was in the wrong environment. You seen the good kids over here, doing what they supposed to do. You didn't want to hang out with them. You thought they was born. You thought they was lame. Yeah, you thought they was lame. Like, why they care so much about school? Like, why they care so much about going to college? Why they care about so much about staying out of trouble? Why they not throwing stuff in class and being a bad kid? Like, why they not like in the bathrooms fighting each other? Why they not in the bathroom smoking? Like, why these kids want to be good kids so bad? Like, why? They see us, we in class throwing stuff at each other. We in class living our best life. We in class being stupid. My bad. Let's not say stupid. I'm sorry for the word. We in class doing stuff you're not supposed to do behind the teacher back. So when the teacher do turn to see you, but I ain't do nothing. I ain't say nothing. I seen this in middle school. I seen this in high school. Kids are in high school still continuing bad behaviors because they never changed their environment from when they was in elementary school and middle school. So then in high school, they created all these bad behaviors and just stuck with it. Just stayed with them. But they'll change their ways, found some new friends, even became that better friends so they could be a better influence on their friends so they could all change their environment together, change their reality together. But nope, you know, people say, yo, let's keep doing this. Let's keep doing that, even though it's no good for us. But yeah, I'm gonna continue this video with another video in the future. Like none of these two videos wasn't planned out. It came from the heart, just something I had on my heart this morning when I woke up at 4 o'clock this morning to do what I had to do. I hope you enjoy.